My recess days are long gone, so I thought I'd make this video as a tribute to those amazing times. The ginormous games of tag, especially if it was freeze tag or infection, were elite. And in infection, you couldn't trust anybody. The way infection works is once it is chosen, the other players scatter around, but once it tags someone, they join it. And you would have thought a real apocalypse would have broken out with how these kids are treating this game. It could be your best friend, but then all of a sudden, alright, I think he might... You son of a bitch. Another big game was deck tennis. You would throw a ring over a net, and if it landed on the ground, you would get a point. But if someone caught it, you would be out. But if they tried to catch it and failed, they would be out. And the ring we used was so old, it had to be covered in duct tape so it wouldn't rip, and that shit hurt. And then one day, every single kid wanted to play deck tennis that day. There's like 100 kids on each side. But one side had 101, and there was this huge debate about it. But then someone Hail Married it and then hit someone in the face and they started bleeding. So they had to leave, and then one kid was like, well, at least the teams are even now. While deck tennis was popular, there were also a lot of things that nobody ever used, like those tic-tac-toe things and whatever this was, and somehow the tic-tac-toe would always be in a different position. Like, that's some paranormal shit going on right there. Man, why does boss always put us on tic-tac-toe duty? It sucks. I know it sucks, but you know what happens if you don't. Man, I don't give a damn. I'll beat the shit out. What? Boss, wait. I was just joking. Wait. And speaking of ghosts, near-death experiences. There were these two random bars, and for some reason we decided it was the cool way to sit on one of them. Oh my god. Is Bradley sitting on one of the bars? Hey, ladies. So my friend was trying to teach me how to do it, and every time I did it, I would like fall forward. But then I fell backwards towards one of the bars. And thank God I'm short, because if I was an inch taller, not even an inch, like a centimeter, that would have hit my head. And I remember just like hanging there, like, and he was like, sick stunt, dude. The next near-death experience took place during winter, and since they would shovel off all the snow from the blacktop, there would be like a pile of snow 10 feet tall, and we would all be playing on it. But one day, we were playing on it, and I slipped down and began falling to my death, but I managed to land on like a little bit of snow, and it like slid down. So it saved me, and then one of the monitors was just looking down at me like I almost died! But then again, we were all annoying as shit, so she probably wanted us dead anyways, and I can't blame her. Stepping down from near-death experiences are injuries. A lot of injuries would happen on the like metal dome cage, mainly because kids would get to the top and then be too scared to go down. Climb down. Okay. Another injury that I wasn't there for is they used to do these nature walks through the woods, and we had walking stick that we would pick up from the ground. But then they got banned because someone stabbed someone else in the eyeball. And speaking of the woods, there was a small wooded area, and one day me and my friends decided to throw pine cones at each other. And eventually we got caught and we all ran away except for one of my friends who got all the blame. And in that same little forest patch, whenever it rained, it would form these huge puddles. And one day my friend convinced me that if we didn't put the worms in the puddles, they would dry out. We spent the whole recess drowning worms. Please, I have a wife and kids. You can't do this. No. Please. Please. Wow. We are such great people. And that's all I have to say about recess, so see you next time.